HMS Cumberland arrived back in Devonport over the weekend for the final time before she's decommissioned. Cumberland played a massive role in the evacuation of Benghazi in the first days of the Libyan crisis after her scheduled 6-month draft, which included anti-piracy operations off the coast of Somalia. As Toby Sadler reports, there was great pride tinged with sadness that her 22 years of service is now at an end.
A gun salute signals the end of HMS Cumberland's final voyage. At sea for 22 years, it's the last month of her life that will secure her place in history. After picking up supplies, Cumberland and her crew were sent to rescue Britons from Libya as a crisis there unfolded. As they approached the port of Benghazi, they had no idea what to expect.
It certainly was a voyage into the unknown. We didn't know at the time what the situation was on the ground. We had very little information on whether or not we were going to be welcomed with open arms or whether or not we were going to be shot at on the way. So we had to plan for a whole heap of eventualities, a whole heap of what-ifs.
207 people boarded the ship that day, their lives saved by HMS Cumberland. They were taken to the island of Malta in some of the roughest weather imaginable. The doctor had to deal with some serious medical emergencies and a lot of seasickness.
Really was like a bad day in an emergency department, but if that emergency department is moving like a roller coaster and you've got no support for about 300, 400 miles around you.
But as Plymouth Hoe comes into view, the 260-strong crew have only one thing on their minds. After 6.5 months at sea working in some of the most difficult conditions, this is the sight that the crew of HMS Cumberland have been waiting to see. Several hundred friends and family turning out to welcome them home. But there's one sailor who's feeling nervous about his homecoming.
I'm going to go over to my girlfriend and propose, get down on one knee and propose. And fingers crossed she'll say yeah.
And as soon as the gangway was in place, that's just what he did.
Shocked and shaking, I can't get over it, and that was just madness, all that.
Happy
crazy
though?
Very, extremely happy, really happy, over the moon.
And how are you feeling now? Because you're pretty nervous probably before you got off the ship.
Yeah, I was well nervous, but I'm just going to go home now and go out and get a few drinks down me, I think.
The crew of HMS Cumberland rescued more than 450 people from Libya in all. There's no saving the ship herself, though. She'll be decommissioned in June and much missed by all who sailed on her. Toby Sadler, Forces News, Plymouth.